Hello, ladies.
Hey,
Welcome
Auntie.
to
Hey.
hey, welcome to episode 28 of Auntie Listen. We are going to start with our quote. The soul always knows how to heal itself. The challenge is to silence the mind. And that quote is by Caroline Miss. What do you guys think of the quote?
I haven't. I'm yet to learn how to silence my mind.
Yeah,
You
that's
and
a
me
hard
both.
one.
Yeah.
And I was so pleased when I learned that meditation isn't always about silencing, but it's also um, you can do it in the direction of allowing all of the thoughts and all of the things, because that's the easier road for me.
Hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Okay, so we're going to turn it over to Auntie Marva for announcements.
Yes. Okay. So we are live. Um, Before we get started, we want to always remind everyone that this content is for entertainment purposes only. Remember that. These are just our opinions that we're having amongst each other. So do not take us up. Don't take us. Don't try to take us to the bank with this. Okay, we just sharing our opinions and sharing them with y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. You can always find us on YouTube at Auntie Listen Podcast. You can find us on Instagram at Auntie Listen. You can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter. You can find us on TikTok at Auntie Listen. And don't forget to get your coins. You can follow our affiliate links to save on a few things with your purchases. You can find us on Amazon, Bed Bath and Beyond, Target, Walgreens, the Great Discovery. And when you go on the Great Discovery, you can sign up for free, and you can get our upload early. Correct, Auntie? You can get it early.
No, on that one, you can upload your own course.
Oh yeah. Okay, okay. My bad, y'all. Yeah. So you can upload your own course, and you don't forget to make your purchases, get your merch. So go to Shopify, click on the Auntie Listen link, and get you some merchandise. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Auntie Marva, for the announcements and welcome back. I missed you so, so much. I'm so glad you're back.
Yes, we
Thank
did.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Okay. So,
miss y'all too.
yeah, I know. Life was lifing. I understand. So, we're going to go to food around the world. And we are going to Iceland. And when I saw this, I just couldn't resist because you guys know I love to I love to have a little bit of mischief. So in Iceland, we are going to have svid. And hopefully I am pronouncing that correctly. It is an unusual and unique dish from Iceland consisting of singed, halved, and cooked sheep's head. The head is then cooked in an open fire in order to remove the fur and consumed. The dish is traditionally served with a side of mashed turnips, rhubarb jelly, and mashed potatoes, especially during the traditional Icelandic midwinter festival known as Para, Parablot. Hopefully, I pronounced that correctly. Originally, the dish was invented at a time when people could not let any part of the meat go to waste. Although svid has a reputation of being really tasty, some find it strange to literally look their food in the eye. So, what do you guys think of svid? And would you be open to trying it?
Auntie Marvel.
What you said? Why you said you chose this dish because why, Auntie? You like a little mischief?
Yep, I just wanted to
You
be a
didn't.
little.
You didn't choose mischief. You chose violence.
Very violent. It's a whole head.
The description alone was horrific. Like how how so they
Even
chop it
the
in
sides
half.
are mashed. Like,
They chop the head in half, but they keep the eyeballs. I'm
I
trying to.
know.
I can't. Yeah, no. I
No,
don't. No.
no.
no. But you know what?
Oh,
They did show a picture of when they make it into like do you remember did you guys ever see or have hog head cheese when you were a
Yes,
kid?
ma'am. And that's what I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm
Yeah.
trying not to be judgy. But yes, and I actually like hog's head cheese, and I know that it actually comes from the hog head. They boil all the stuff off and make it into a mound of goo that's
y-
tasty.
Yeah. When I saw a picture of it, because they have like several images, and one of those images, it reminded me of the hog head cheese.
I was
Yeah.
trying to give it benefit of doubt because so there's a dish. I don't know the name of it, but it's a dish that they do in. It's a dish that they do in Nigeria with bull brains, but they remove the brains from the skull, and then they season it up, and they have their sauce, and they marinate. I don't know if they marinate it or not, but it doesn't look nowhere near what you described. What you
Oh,
described sounded like a massacre. Like it didn't sound inviting at all. And I ain't trying to talk about nobody culture, so don't come for me. But I'm just saying, it just.
Barbara, have you ever had hog's head cheese?
I grew up in Phyllis house.
I know, but I don't remember y'all having it.
Daddy
Being much
loved that
younger than
stuff.
me. Yeah.
He
yeah,
ate it with crackers
Yeah, with
yeah,
saltines.
and hot sauce.
yeah.
Hmm.
My grandmother used to make her own.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Oh,
yeah. I still didn't care for it.
So, yeah, it would mess with me. I would have a desire, not a desire. I would have a I would have the adventurousness to taste it,
Hmm.
but it would mess with me tasting it only because I know what it is.
it was
And
mushy.
I'm trying not to. I would love to wonder why that bothers me so much when, yes, I do still enjoy hoghead cheese on some crackers. Like, I do that.
Mm.
It should be the same depending on how
Yeah.
they season it. And bruh, you do have to season it. That was the other thought of mine. That okay, that has to probably just be like hoghead cheese, but sometimes
I
folks
didn't
don't
hear you.
season food.
Yeah, I didn't hear you say anything about seasoning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they didn't.
that's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, they didn't mention anything about seasoning in the beginning part of it. It could have been further down in the history part of it,
Yeah,
Mm, mm,
but
mm,
yeah,
mm.
but no, they didn't mention any
Probably
seasoning.
not because they were too busy mashing on them potatoes and turnips and things. Because they sound like they got pummeled too. Every doggone thing was mashed that you said. Like, can we chew a little bit? Can we get something to chew? I like
Okay.
textured food, so
E-
that would also be
See,
an issue.
yeah, I have issues with texture, so it depends on the texture.
I
Okay,
thought I
so
had issue with textures, but I think it was. I think my mind finally told me it was a mind thing.
oh, okay. Okay. So for dessert, we're still going to stay in Iceland.
Oh Lord.
And the dessert we're going to have is called, hopefully, I'm pronouncing this correctly, it's called the Narturta. And this layered Icelandic dessert is known as Randalin. It's a Vienna cake. Although the cake is incredibly versatile and its exact from the ingredients are often debated. It traditionally consists of thin shortbread layers that are coated with rhubarb, prune, strawberry, or apricot. The cookie like layers are usually flavored with vanilla, cardamom, or cinnamon, and the entire cake is sometimes garnished with icing. So, what do you think about the dessert?
Now that sounds like redemption.
That sounds like
Mm-hmm.
redemption. Okay.
I've always heard that rhubarb is very you people, a lot of people are allergic to it though.
Yeah. See, I was with them with the strawberry, but the rhubarb, the prune, and the apricot, I'm like, yeah, no, you can keep that. That you can keep. Yeah.
Strawberry
No,
or the
I want the
rhubarb?
strawberry one, the
The
rhubarb,
rhubarb.
the prune, or the apricot. I don't want that. Ugh. No. No, 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 no. Uh-uh. But yeah. And apparently you can purchase this in if in an Icelandic community in the United States and Canada. I was trying to think, well, I haven't seen any Icelandic communities in my area. Do you guys know if you have any in your area?
No. I only know of one person. Like it's almost like a fantasy land to me.
Mm-hmm.
And not that talk to everybody that I encounter or whatever, but I only know of one person that actually lives there. It's a young lady, a black lady that actually that lives there. Oh, you know what? It's not even Iceland. She lives in Greenland.
Oh, okay.
And it's pretty much her life moving there and the culture difference and all this stuff. She just gives that. Yeah, so scratch that. Nope. I actually know nothing about Iceland except like stuff you see on TV. So it may as well not even be a real place in my mind. Like,
Right. Yeah. I only know what I've seen on TV as well.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so our topic today actually comes from Auntie Marva, and it is using herbs to heal. But I am going to turn this over to Auntie Janisha, and she is going to take it over. So, Auntie Janisha, over to you.
Yes. So, I gave it a title and I said our favorite herbs because, well, our favorite herbs and concoctions because as Auntie Marva stated in the beginning, these are just our opinions. We're not experts in anything. Well, in this anyway. So, these are just things that we've learned along the way and that help us. So I first wanted to read the definition of what an herbalist is because that's debatable with some people and it just really should not. It's a person who uses plants for healing. You draw on traditional and scientific knowledge of what these herbs and spices might do for the body, right?
Mhm.
And that's all it is. So you don't need a degree to be an herbalist. You just study up on herbs and then, it's your use of them. Now, when you're looking at an herbalist from the quote unquote professional sense, they might do consultations with persons outside of their family. Um, they might have a plant knowledge that goes beyond that of regular old folks. And then they might prepare concoctions for people other than their family members. So now I'm not talking about your grandma, which is why I feel like all of us pretty much might be herbalists because our grandmas used to go and pick out stuff from the yard. And by lineage, we are also herbalists because we remember some of those things. And those of us who still practice, natural things for our loved ones and for ourselves, we're herbalists. We practice it, which I will say, drawing a parallel, that's exactly what trained physicians say. They practice that. Lawyers too practice law. So just to put that out there, it's okay to call yourself an herbalist if you study herbs and you work with them. Do y'all happen to agree with that or not?
Yes, I do.
You do? Auntie
Yes.
Marva, what do you think about that? Because some people really give pushback, and it's okay, you know.
I mean, that's their business. If they push back, they push back. That ain't got nothing to do with it. But you know what? We've learned long time ago that a lot of people do certain things. Well, pull away from the original stuff, like you said, the herbalism and stuff. And to me, this is just my opinion, but I think they do it out of they'll rather get the quick fix stuff out of laziness.
Hmm.
Out of laziness, it requires work. It requires attention. It requires time and patience. People don't want to do that.
Yeah.
People don't
And
want to
then
do
like,
that.
because I actually took a class. I actually do have a certification from it's not like a from the state or anything like that, but there's somebody giving real classes and such. And when I finished, myself and the other participants, we got certifications. That means something, nothing, whatever, but I did go through the whole thing. And what she was expressing is that, or lean towards, people who would rather it be um, monitored by the state and the government, because there are so many people, because you're able to cause harm. And that I do understand. You are able to cause harm by suggesting this, and because again, we're not doctors, right? Or when maybe you should go to the doctor and you're encouraging somebody not to, and that can be a slippery slope. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, you know just need some balance with all of it. um oh, so I wanted to talk about the different types of the different ways that we can consume them or use them, which most people already know some of the stuff that we're going to talk about because it's very popular now, but it's getting more and more popular, which means that none of us fully know as much as I would say, should, because we all have different ailments having these human bodies, right? So you can eat them, drink them, smoke them, use them as salves and lotions, perfumes, and then also people use them in rituals. And then there's aromatherapy. We don't want to leave that one out. So some of the things that we can do as far as eating, I mean, some of the ways that we can eat them is like seasonings and spices. That would be your basils, your mints, your parsley, cilantro, rosemary, garlic. The list goes on and on and on. And you can consume them raw, and then some of them need to be cooked. Otherwise, they are poisonous. So you always have to do your research before using something that you're not familiar with. And then drinks are the same. You have your teas. One that our mom uses is burdock root. That's really good for arthritis. You have your calendula, chamomile, um, those types of things. As far as smoking, when I was practicing, I was trying to discourage people, and I do say discourage folks from feeling like you can only smoke tobacco or marijuana, because there are other things that you can smoke that won't get you in trouble. You don't need a card for it. Again, you want to use your research, but it would be like sage, lemon balm, catnip, mullein, damiana, mugwort, lavender. Yes, you can smoke lavender, thyme, raspberry leaf, and you can do different blends. And I think some people might be familiar with the pre rolls because the blends are a part of what some people are offering in their pre-rolls. Before I move on, I want to ask you ladies if you have a favorite herb that you use like in your cooking or a favorite tea.
So, um, no, I use mine in water. So
Mhm.
I do a cinnamon, ginger, and clove water. Um, I drink that pretty much every day. The cinnamon helps to lower your A1C.
Mhm.
Ginger is good for your nausea, and clove also helps with A1C, but it also helps with like blood pressure and a slew of other things. Um, Sage, I use that more for a cleansing, but I have to be careful with that one because I'm allergic to it. So I tend to use the palmetto wood
Mhm.
for cleansing, and then I use turmeric and everything else for cooking.
Okay. Well, we hadn't gotten to the cleansing and stuff yet, but
Oh,
we're gonna visit that again
oh,
because I had
okay. I
some
jumped ahead.
about that
Okay.
doggone sage. That is fine because there's just so much, and you can use them for more than one thing. Because I love sage on my when I'm doing chicken or pork, depending on how I'm preparing it.
Yes.
That's something. Some people don't like the taste of it. You know, Auntie Marva, is there a slew? Because I know you like to cook. You enjoy cooking. A slew of herbs that you love to prepare in your food.
I like, I love thyme. I love rosemary. I love Sydney. Oh shoot. I love thyme. I love rosemary. Your daughter actually does a really good lemon pepper chicken, and she puts rosemary in it. And prior to that, I never liked rosemary, but the way she cook it is really the best lemon pepper chicken that I've ever had before, like ever. And so the way she cooked it kind of like opened my mind more to rosemary because at first I was like, oh. But basil, love oregano, all of them, man. I really, and I do experiment too. I experiment with a lot of my herbs. Um, I love drinking peppermint, mint, spearmint, and peppermint. I love drinking chamomile. I love drinking mullein because I have like the worst sinus issues that anybody could ever imagine. So mullein helps me a lot, a whole lot. Um, so I drink a lot of that. I drink a lot, and it's good to even before you drink it to those with sinus issues to inhale it while it's hot and steeping.
Mhm.
Inhale it first, and it does something to the senses, your five senses before drinking it. That I guess it enhances the drainage. So yeah, that's a good one, and that's mullein, mullein. If you're not familiar with it, um, what I said, chamomile, mullein, um, um. I drink I drink I'm actually using some herbs right now where I created for a parasite cleanse. But it's a bunch of stuff, but we'll get to that. Like you said, we'll get to that. But then I also like as far as cooking, um, because it's one that y'all haven't talked about. I don't smoke, but I will eat mine. I like marijuana. I will use marijuana to cook with. Um,
Mhm.
um, it is amazing because I don't like clouding my lungs, but
Mhm.
I still receive the benefits of the usage of it. I had came what is it um, during COVID, we had a bunch of elderly individuals that we knew that couldn't get to their medication. They could not get their medication, and so I made some teas. So, and it also helps increase the appetite. So I made some teas and some tinctures for my little elderly love bugs, and would give it to them, and they were grateful because COVID was a time.
Hmm.
COVID was a big time. It was a time for everybody, and I just wanted to help my elderly love bugs. So I made that so that it would help them rest as well as increase their appetite so that they could eat, you know, and relax. So
And
yeah.
that's why I feel that it's so important that we do learn that and we don't forget some of the things that our grandparents, great grandparents, that they did because they didn't always have money or
Yeah.
the ambition to go to doctors.
Yeah.
And we know for a fact that sometimes when we go now, um, if we would have just because one of you, I'm getting older, so I forget just that fast. One of you said something about taking the time. We
Yeah.
want a quick fix.
Yeah.
And instead of going to the doctor, there are some things that we just, or instead of running to the medicine cabinet, grabbing a tablet from some place, right, with the chemicals in it, slow down and listen to what our body is saying or think about why, yes, you have this headache. I know for me, it's generally I haven't had enough water, I didn't eat yet, um, not enough sleep, or I need to poo.
Yeah.
And I generally, you know which one of those things you haven't done or what it is, right? If we start just paying attention and then just going correcting that thing
That's true.
instead of popping a pill, right? And that's just real. But you just said something, Auntie Marva, about tinctures. I did not have that in my notes. I forgot all about tinctures. Will you please inform those who might be listening who don't know what a tincture is? What is that and how would we use it?
So tinctures can be made in several ways. Most commonly, tinctures are made for medicines. And it's just a matter of taking a herb of your choice, depending on what you'd like to use it for. You would take your herb of choice and put it in a glass jar, preferably those dark amber glass jars. But if you ain't got that, just a regular glass jar. And you put the herb in there, and you either fill it with spring water or drinking alcohol, one of the two. And again, that's depending on, and if that's a white, mostly white alcohols is what it's used for. And you seal it, you close it, you seal it, and it has to go in a dark area. It has to go in a dark area and sit for some time. So depending on what you're using for, um, that would determine how long it needs to sit in that dark enclosed area in a cool, dry, dark space. And the average time is several weeks. Several weeks it would have to sit, and it does a form of fermenting, if you will, and it creates a medicine. And so a lot of them are used for oral medicines. A lot of them are used for oral medicines, or you could be creating a salve, to go topically. But yeah, it's just the herb put into a glass jar and filled with. You have to cover the top of the herb. It doesn't have to fill the jar, but cover the top of the herb um, with with said liquid and enclosed tightly. See, close it as tight as you can, and then put it in a dark, cool, dry, cool place. A dark, cool place for several weeks, and you got
Okay.
you some medicine.
And,
I'd like
and
to add a little bit of detail. Auntie, you had something?
oh, I was going to ask, and what healing properties does it have?
It depends on what you're using the herb for. So you could they different herbs focus on different portions of the body. So they will remove parasites. It could rebuild the cells. They could take away anything foreign to certain vital organs. It could, we are talking like, the big ones, like the cancers and the what's some other diseases, diabetes. It reverse diabetes. It does all sorts of things. But again, a lot of people really don't like going to those because that type of healing takes time. It does take time, and you have to take it on a regular basis, and they don't always taste good.
Mm.
Okay.
They not 9 times out of 10, none of them taste good. They if I'm being realistic, they don't taste good. But it's the best way to cleanse. It's the best way to heal the body, and it costs way way less. Other than time, it
Mm.
costs drastically less.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The as far as it tasting, a lot of them are bitter. They have a
Very.
bitter thing going on. But if you will do your research, if you look it up, bitter seems to be one of the most important things that's left out of our diets in the West. Like we don't consume
Mhm.
enough bitters, and bitters are very beneficial. Very.
Mm.
And that's the thing that I just be refusing to take, quite honestly. I skip them because there's other things that I can do. They just won't do it as well. I remember growing up, and this is another thing, Auntie Marva, I don't think y'all got that. Did y'all get soap medicine?
Girl, we got that nasty stuff.
I don't remember. It's
Ew.
funny because I remember when y'all came, I don't remember y'all having all this stuff.
Yes, we got the soap medicine. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well,
In the glass jar
I'll stop
with it,
feeling like I was
the
picked on
soupy,
medicinally then.
it was soupy thick, and it was. I remember the taste
It
of it. She
was
made it with
literally soap,
ivory, ivory soap, or
not
Castile soap.
ivory.
I mean Castile soap.
It was called it was turpentine.
Ugh.
That was
Ew.
it, like when Auntie Marva just said you would cover the herb, they covered this soap, they would shave it off and they would cover it with turpentine and water. So it was like it was diluted turpentine, but it was turpentine nonetheless. And we had to take that, but we didn't get sick.
So did.
It was for parasites, it was for worms that you would find in your body. That we are understanding that we all do have them here and there, or whatever. Yeah, we didn't get sick like that. Matter of
Mm.
fact, I rarely remember. I don't remember going to the doctor when I was a
We
child.
did. We didn't. Well, I did because I did break my arm, but
Yeah, that. And those are
that
the
was it.
decisions you got to make. If you're on fire or have a broken thing. Yeah, I don't even know if it would have took us for a snake bite.
No, because
Oh,
she had a remedy
wow.
for that too.
Oh,
She had a
But
remedy
wow.
for everything.
Y'all was
yeah,
some bad kids. They were trying to off
I would
y'all.
like
Y'all
to
was
think I would like to
listen,
think that I was inquisitive and yes, I just wanted to learn.
I remember Chris Rock talking about taking every time something happened, they would tell him
Put
to
some
get some
tussin on it.
tussin. Yeah, he said, I don't even know how we survived because of all the stuff they used to give us back then. But that's
right.
exactly how we survived because of all of the stuff that they gave us back then. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But I wanted to say as far as tinctures. Now, again, this is something that I learned when I was studying it in a structured manner. When Auntie Marva said you leave it in a dark room, you always want to check on your concoction because sometimes they foam up
Yep.
and you want to let that air out because everything needs to breathe.
Yeah.
You let that air out and then you put it. And then if you're using a metal top, which generally your mason jars, that's probably what you'd use. You want to put a piece of wax paper or something between that metal and your glass, right?
Mm,
Always
yeah.
need a buffer. But yeah, you want to let that air out and then close it back up tight again and then put it back. And what we were told, because we were on the spiritual tip of it, not just um, the science of it, but also spiritually, you want to try to take it from moon to moon. So 6 weeks is a good time to leave it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to work with the elements, was a suggestion, which I still follow when I do things, because nature is very powerful. And I think we've talked about that on here before, about how just the rhythm of things. Our bodies are not outside of nature. We are very much a part of it. So
Mm-hmm.
that resonated with me as we were being taught. Moon to moon. So that would be like your full moon, um, on through to your, like, 30 days would be full moon to full moon. But um, 6 weeks, so that's 4 weeks, 1 month, your 30 days plus two, it will be a full moon to your new moon, right? So
Right.
that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
where we did it. And I think we started on the new moon and then it was complete on the full
Yeah.
moon.
Yeah, I remember it was
Yeah,
started on
that's what it
started on a
was,
full moon.
on the new moon and complete on the full moon.
Now, do you
Because
have to
a
do it?
waxing and waning.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to do it at midnight when the moon is at its highest?
There were certain things that I did when I was trying to accomplish. Um, so that's the ritual part of the show. Like I never hexed, not that kind of ritual, but just something that was more personal to me. I would work under the moon, if you understand what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because to me that was more, growing up in Florida on the coast, like the tides, that all also resonated with me.
Yeah.
Because the full moon, we had a higher tide, that means more energy towards me. So to me, working under the moon like that, in certain stages of the moon, it meant certain things. So if I was trying to get rid of something, and it was something I was gonna drink like within the next couple of days, I would do it when the moon is like lo- waning away, under the moon, because it's going away because I'm doing something. Or if it was something I'm trying to get for me to just enrich my body, I would do it under a moon that was growing, if that makes sense,
Okay.
because I'm going to also take it in. So I was pulling something to me, or if there was something I want to get rid of, then I would do it on a moon that was going away.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah.
I used, I kind of got lazy with that part. I used to do it like specific, like gotta be under the at night, under the full moon, and then I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I ain't finna be up that time now. I'm finna, finna go ahead and mix this stuff up and put it on back there, cause we get lazy.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah. And it can be very time consuming.
They can.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But how do you really feel? Do you feel that it loses power, or what do you feel about that? Because I have my thoughts about it.
Well, it does. Well, I used to say it would lose power, but then again, too, I do know, where life and death is in the power of the tongue. So I do speak
Hmm.
to all of my creations.
Hmm.
I do speak to them. So I try to, when had those moments where I was being lazy, I would try to speak that life back into it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Auntie, what do you feel about that, Auntie Destiny?
Mm, I feel sometimes sometimes I do it during the times that I'm s- you're supposed to, but like Auntie Marva was saying, sometimes we get lazy, and I find it very time consuming. And the other thing too is, I don't know about you guys, but with me, I always tend to second guess the the steps that you have to follow to do it. And and sometimes I get so focused on putting my intentions into a thing and trying to clear my mind enough to focus on the one intention that I want into a thing, that sometimes I just get frustrated.
Hmm.
Well, I hope this brings you some encouragement because I was there, but it didn't last long because as I was in my structured learning environment, it clicked into place for me. Um, so yes, we sometimes I get lazy too, right there with you. But what I chose to remember was that it's about your intention, right?
Yep.
Right.
And when we're doing things under the moon, that's just adding in to
Yep.
the flow of it.
Yeah.
The thing itself, the herb itself, the stone, the metal, the whatever we're working with already has the properties.
Right.
So we're doing with our intention is lending more in. It's like holding somebody's hand. If you're going in a direction, you're going in that direction. If you're holding somebody's hand, now you just have a little more strength, right?
Right.
So we're just adding in, but the thing is gonna do what the thing is going to do. We don't stop it just because we have a negative thought. And I know it kind of energy talk speaks the opposite of that, but I don't believe that I don't believe that we cancel out what nature already has because again, it's stronger than we are. We're working with nature. That's what we're, if we're smart, I think smart, then we allow nature to do what nature does. She's always going to take care of herself, and she's always going to take care of her babies, and that's what we are. I think we're a part of what she's produced,
Right.
so we can think what we want to think, like how kids are. Go and talk your mess in the room, but you're still gonna do what your mama said. You're still gonna do what daddy said. You ain't gonna let them hear you talk a mess. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I hope that brings some encouragement.
It
And yeah.
does. Yeah, it does.
Um, so we talked about the smoke. What about salves? Do y'all make salves? Have y'all made
Mm-hmm.
anything?
No.
I have, but my salves are always thin because I always use either like EVOO or extra virgin olive oil, or I'll use coconut oil, and so they always end up going thin.
Hmm.
My coconut oils, well, they won't. My coconut oil based ones don't never. They don't. It'll form back, but just not back how it was. Like it'd be soft if that makes sense. But my
Yeah.
and then my extra virgin olive oils. I know your daughter likes to put beeswax in hers,
Hmm.
so that's what allows hers to thicken back up. But mine usually be thin.
Have you ever used not coconut oil, um,
Shea butter, shea
shea
oil.
butter? Yes.
I have used the shays. The only it's just that I don't. For some reason with my shea butters, it separates. So
Yeah.
and I don't like putting additives in it to make them come together. So you have to have some type of fat or some type of something that will make them, come together. Um, and but that will cause it to go. It doesn't have a lot of shelf time because
Hmm.
it's 100% vegan. So you got to use it all up. And a lot of times I don't use all of my stuff at that exact time, if that
Right.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
does.
Yeah.
Have you?
I don't, mainly because I don't know enough about them to do it.
oh
Okay.
Yeah. That's
So
yeah.
I really didn't get into salves. Like I learned it in the class, but it was like just kind of back corner of my mind. But then now I have this granddaughter with eczema, and that was just a new thing. Um, so I really haven't experienced making it myself. I just know the process now. Because again, my daughter, she does that. But salves has really helped her. And Auntie Marva, have you ever tried putting it in the refrigerator? Because I've
yeah,
experienced that too with
yeah. I put
the
them in the
going
fridge.
bad.
I put them in the fridge too, and that does prolong it. So yeah, I do put them in the fridge. But and but it still never goes back like an actual solid. It's
Hmm.
just soft.
Oh, but I meant like for because I was thinking when you were saying that about molding, the
Oh,
first time when it used to mold just from sitting
um,
out because of the organic products.
have one ever molded? Yes, it has molded before. Yep,
Hmm.
yep, they've molded before. Um, maybe I should tell you know, and that's a very simple fix. I don't know why I never even just thought. I never thought about that. That is a very very simple fix.
What, just to keep it in the refrigerator?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? It
Sometimes
wasn't even. Go ahead, Auntie Destiny.
I was just gonna say sometimes the easiest, the simplest things are the things that escape us the most.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah. Because I was about to admit, I didn't initially put it in there because it was molding. I put it in there because I don't have eczema. We've never experienced that. That's kind of one of these new things that our babies are getting. And I just thought it might feel cooler on her skin. That's
yeah.
really why I started doing it. And then I noticed that it also wasn't going bad. So
Mm.
just being honest, I'm right there with you. I wasn't a thought.
I made some for but it was a teen year and it was I mean it was a teen year and it was extra virgin olive oil is what I did, but I made some for a little baby, my cousin. It's her cousin. It was a cousin of a cousin. And the little baby, his skin was just so bad. His skin was gray. His skin was
Oh.
literally gray. He just looked miserable. And so I made him some and everybody kept saying how he was able to sleep. So I made him a big, big, big jar of it. And
Hmm.
they were saying how he was able to sleep at night, how his skin color was coming back, and just all these
I
good
remember that.
things. Yeah, and they were saying all these good things, but then, like you said, it does it. I thought about that putting it in a refrigerator because the skin be inflamed. It be inflamed, and so
Hmm.
I told him put it in the fridge and see how that would work. And they I remember I don't know if they put it in the fridge or not, but it just came to me like if his skin is if their skin is inflamed, that's exactly why it's a flare up, so it's inflamed. But I don't know if they put it in the fridge or not. But I remember having that thought and calling her and telling her to put it in the fridge.
Hmm.
Mm, okay.
See how he like it.
Yeah.
So that's so some good things to actually make into salves. And so we've talked about you mentioned the extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil. So these are what you call carrier oils
Yes. Yep.
that would
Very.
allow these herbs to actually
To
be
absorb it.
suspended in, and
Yep.
yes, and that's how you use them. So also the shea butter, coconut oil, cocoa butters. What's another one? Grape oil,
Grapeseed oil, avocado
hmm
oil.
avocado oil. Yes, those are
Jojoba
yep,
oil.
jojoba. And actually, jojoba is really good for the skin too.
Yeah, it's amazing. Vitamin
Skin and
E,
hair. Yeah,
jojoba and vitamin E. Those are really good for skin and yeah, and hair.
Now, is it is it jojoba oil or is it jojoba oil? Which one is it?
it depends on what day it is. Today is jojoba. Tomorrow
Yeah,
I
Okay.
might
sometimes,
say
sometimes I say jojoba oil or jojoba
Jehovah
oil.
oil. You can say Jehovah too.
Hey,
It's of
blessing is a
creation.
blessing.
That's right. Be like, I don't care what we call you. Do you care? Just work.
Yeah, just put it on. I don't care what it is. Right, well, you know what we talk about.
Well, yeah. Just for clarification for those who are like, what?
So a good soothing herb that you could put in your oil, and then you want to do your research to see how much. And it just depends on how much you're trying to make. You know, um, again, you want to cover the top of your herb. So that kind of can tell you. But do some research to see, because you can mix herbs too. Some herbs
Yeah. Yeah.
pair really well together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Like if
do.
you did the burdock and some calendula, right? Those pair really well together as a tea. Because I've not worked with the salves, I don't know all of the things that would pair well with, I'm gonna say, calendula again. Calendula is excellent for the skin. It will actually, it soothes, but it actually will also it's a antioxidant or whatever. It will,
Mm-hmm.
antibacterial, that's what I'm trying to think of. Comfrey. When I first heard about comfrey in the herb world, I was like, wait a minute, because we used to watch a lot of westerns when I was younger, and I thought that was a thing of the past. But a lot of these are, they're just, they are ancient. They've been here forever, and we just got away from using them in our day to day life, but they're still here. So,
And still
um,
being used.
yeah, so comfrey, and I actually grew some in the yard, which is so cool, and it's easy to grow. And we're in,
I didn't know
so
that.
you, as far as, yeah, as far as right, okay, so when you go back to the yard, it's planted by the banana
Mm-hmm.
area
Okay.
right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I need to walk the yard.
hmm there's a lot of herbs still out there, and that's the beautiful thing about herbs too. When you plant flowers, a lot of times they will go away. Even perennials, like your annuals, just year to year. Perennials can be all year, right, or many months throughout the year. But herbs are kind of like weeds,
And trees, yeah,
which
they're
means,
there.
yeah, which means that as far as foraging goes, when you're doing your research, folks, wherever you're living, you might be stepping over, stepping on, plowing up.
Medicine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
medicine all day long is all around us. It is all around us because they are literally, a lot of them, weeds, what we think are weeds. Um, Plantain leaf and St. John's wort. Those were the four that I have written down for salves. That's really good for our skin and
So
stuff.
you said calendula, St. John's Wort, uh,
St.
comfrey, and
John's wort,
wart.
dried comfrey, and plantain leaf. Matter of fact, some of the comfrey, I didn't know it at the time. This is why, again, you want to verse yourself on things before you need them. I think that's very important to say. We don't want to be um, in an emergency and you don't know how to use it. You don't know how much to use. You know all of those things. So we want to do our research. You go right out in the yard. You grab a thing. My grandson had a one of my grandsons had an ant bites, and I ran and got the comfrey out the yard and I rubbed it right on him. I could have caused some harm if he had an allergic reaction, because I shouldn't have put the raw comfrey right on him. It should have been in a salve or some other way, right? Even
Mm-hmm.
boiled it and put the liquid on him, but nothing happened, and it did soothe the itchiness, which I was pretty pleased about. But later when I learned it, I was like, oh, you know, because he was a little kid, and our young skin on children is a lot different than adult skin. So what we can take, so we want to be um, conscious of what we're doing and what we're using, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. This stuff is here for us to use. Otherwise, it just wouldn't be, you know? Um, yeah. So I encourage folks that way.
And then I have one more to add. You said you have four, and since we talking about weeds, let's add weed to it because that's the
Yep.
one that I use all the time.
Yeah.
I have something on my foot, on the top of my right foot, which is called a ganglion cyst, and I have to have it removed. And that ganglion cyst grows in jointed areas of the body where there's a lot of movement. So I used to work in a warehouse, and I used to wear these shoes that would kind of come up above my ankle. And the way I tied them up, it was, I guess I was tying them too tight, but I was on my feet long hours. It was 12-hour shifts that I worked, and it grew. It just grew, And for a long time, it didn't bother me. And it's probably about the size of, the little ball in the tip of a ballpoint pen. It's about that size. For years, it never bothered me. I showed it to the doctor. The doctor was like, well, it ain't bothering you. Don't worry about it. Yeah, the pain came back with a vengeance because when it gets inflamed, it's like hot wires running up my leg. I can't put any pressure on it as of right now, so I'm having it surgically removed. I cannot do that surgery right now because I'm in high season with work. So, what did I do? I made s- some ointment. I made some ointment and I used the extra virgin olive oil was my carrier, and I put my THC in it, and I sealed it up, let it stay closed up for. I didn't do the whole moon to moon that time. I just left it stay closed for like 4 weeks because I needed it,
Right.
Mm.
and I put it on there. And when I put it on there, it takes about 10 minutes to kick in, but it numbs it out, and it will numb it out for several hours to where I can go ahead and work throughout the day and it doesn't bother me. It'll get me through the day without having to take any aspirin because I don't like taking the over the counter stuff. So
Right.
that allows me to not have to take those drugs um, to stop the pain. I just use my stuff that I made and it worked. It surely worked. But you need a good, a 3-5 or a 7, and you don't get no pooch. We don't want it brown. We want it nice and green and fluffy. But that's another conversation for another day.
Wait, wait, wait. Slow that down for people who are not versed with the street pharmaceuticals. Slow that
Yeah,
down.
Right.
so you need a 3.5. That's 3.5 ounces, and you need about 2 to 3 ounces of extra virgin olive oil. And you put it in the bottle, put the oil in, put the oil on top of it, and fill it all the way up. Close it up. Put it in a dark place, like she said. Release the air. That you do have to watch it. Release that air, and then seal it back up. And every now and again, just get it and kind of shake it, because
Yeah.
the oil is drawing the oil from the plant, and so you want to mix that up to make sure you're continuously mixing up the oils, and to make sure that it is gelling. Again, you sometimes you need a binder like a fat, and so for those we always use sunflower lecithin. How you say it?
Let it let
let's
this in.
let's let's lecithin.
Let
Sunflower lecithin. You just some sunflower lecithin,
now you
and
got
just a
me
little bit.
hungry.
All you need is a little, just a little pinch, and put it over in there. When I say a pinch, like half of a quarter teaspoon, half of a quarter of a teaspoon, like I mean a tiny, tiny bit. And just every now and then, when you go there to release that water, that air out, open it, let that air out, close it back up, but turn it upside down a couple of times because you
Yeah.
want to make sure that it's blending with all of the oil, and you don't want it settling down at the bottom.
I'm glad you said that about the shaking it. So you just made a distinction. First you said shaking, then you said turn it upside
Yeah,
down
yeah,
a
yeah,
couple of times. That's really what you want to do, not shake it.
yeah.
Because we're
That's
not
yeah. That's what I'm.
disturbing it, we're just assisting it. So
Oh
thank you
yeah,
for that because
yeah,
I've
yeah,
forgotten. I need to go back and visit my notes and stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Not a vigorous shake, just kind of like turn it upside down, and then turn it back up. Turn it upside down and watch it like move slowly, move to the top, or go to the opposite end, and then set it back up right.
Hmm.
Yeah, because you want to be gentle.
Um,
Okay.
Auntie, did you have anything to add on salves?
Nope. Like I said, I don't know enough about them, so I really can't comment on them.
So, we had said some. Well, okay. So Auntie Marvin moved us into marijuana, and I did want to talk about smoking a little bit. Um, some of the ones that I already mentioned was sage, lemon balm, catnip. I think I already mentioned them. Did I?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
you did.
mullein, damiana. Okay, so my favorites out of this list is the damiana and the mugwort because, and then I let's say lace them or mix them with lavender just because of it's pretty. not even so much as the smell. The smell is delightful, but it's just because I like purple. I like color. But Damiana and mugwort are two of the things that will relax you, but also you will have the most interesting dreams. And I'm not talking about a psychedelic whatever. And some people have been known to go
Trip.
that way. Yes, you have a trip, but I'm not. My constitution. And let me pause right here. Let me tell you what a constitution is. So, um, for people who don't know, which is why you always want to do your research. That's why everybody says what works for one person may not work for the next person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because your constitution is your personal thing about you. The overall, and this is from AI overview on Google, right? It says the overall sum of a person's individual characteristics, particularly their physical health and strength, as well as their psychological, which is very important, and personality makeup. So that was really driven home with us when we were going into this because we were being taught to service our community, not just our families in the class that I took. And it's very important. Let's say I wanted to tell somebody to, I'll get into that in a second. But now that we know what a constitution is, right? So with the smoking, the Damiana and the mugwort, the fact that they will allow you to have or assist you in having lucid dreams, which I'm not afraid of dreams. I actually interpret dreams as a hobby. I love dreams. So when I've not dreamed in a while, or I just want to really relax and I know it's coming, some interesting is gonna happen at night, I'll partake in some Damiana. Mugwort not so much, but Damiana, yeah. Um, and my constitution can handle it. I'm not one of those people that will go on a trip. Some people enjoy trips. I've never actually had
So
one.
do.
Yeah. I don't like being out of control, which is why I've not really smoked marijuana much because I like when it's over, it's over. Like when you wake up
Huh.
from smoking this, it's done, right? You've had a nice rest, and that's what I was smoking it for in the first place, right? It's like when you light a candle. When you're done with your candle, you put it out, that's done. The ambience is there, and you're not dealing with whatever it was anymore, is your goal. But with marijuana, it seems to stay with me because I don't smoke a lot, like all day, and I can feel it the next day. I really don't like that. It slows me down, whatever. But other people can handle it, but that's my constitution again, right?
Now, yeah, you know what? The here's so I I personally stopped choosing to smoke because I don't like cloud in my lungs. I like singing. I have a voice. I want to protect that gift.
Mhm.
Smoking takes away from your vocals. But what I learned when I was smoking, complete opposite of Auntie Janisha, I I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened. I can't remember. I just remember when it happened. I was able to, if I had something to do, because you know how so Auntie Janisha just said you would get high, and it's the next day you're sluggish, and you slows you down. And I can say that I was slowed down, but what I did know that I could do was I would go up, and if I had something to do, I could like hit the pause button and come down and like work a full shift and get off of work and then go back up. I don't
I used
know.
to envy people of that.
And without having to put some more back into my system, like it was already there, like I had control over it like that. And I don't know how it happened. Maybe it was a panic mode that happened one day, and I was like, "Oh wait, I got to get straight. I got to do this. Let me finish this task." And then once I was done, it's like okay, and then I'd go back up to Pluto.
That's
Okay.
wild that you can control it like that.
I was able to control it like that, but I stopped. This is years this place now, y'all, because I do work in the work field. I don't do that stuff anymore, and I can test. I can take tests to prove it. It's been years. I mean, a very long time. But yeah, I actually I don't know, and I thought that that was amazing, and I thought everybody could do it until I would say it, and people would be like, "What?" Look at me like I was crazy, but it was something that I could do. Yeah.
Hmm,
That's wild. I
that
was
is
envying
wild.
people that actually can function. Like one time I did that wake and bake thing. Oh, I couldn't stand me for a good week because I felt like everybody was looking. I was straight paranoid. I was slowed down, and I like to move. I was messed up. I was
So let's
messed
be
up.
clear. You probably had the wrong kind because there is two kinds. There's one that takes you up, and then there's one that takes you down. So they have indica, and which is we say, how do you remember the difference between the two? Indica and uh which they say that has you in the couch, which is down, and then the upper. Why I can't? I'm drawing blanks. It's been so long. The one that takes you us the sativa, not sativa. That's the sugar. It's something like that, but the word is similar to sativa. Am I saying the correct one? What's the sugar? Is sugar called sativa?
St-
Stevia.
Stevia,
Stevia.
yeah.
So then I'm saying it right. So sativa is the one that takes you. It's an upper. It takes you up. And so at that time when I was using it, I would. That was the wake and bake for me because I would go to the gym. I would use it and go to the gym, and could lock in at the gym. I was very very overweight, so I was able to go to the gym and lock in and do my whole thing, and it wasn't as bad of a struggle as me trying to go without. And I still got my sweat. I still got my workout, but I was able to mentally lock into the actual workout
Hmm.
and complete
Mm,
my workout. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Well, I have not smoked anything a day in my life. So I cannot relate to any of it.
I am so proud of you, Auntie.
Yeah, I'm just boring. I never had a
That's
drink.
not boring.
That
That's
ain't
not
boring.
boring. It's just a choice. Because I didn't even start. Um, we had hurricanes to come through our city in 2004, and I was born in 73. Y'all do the math. That was when I actually smoked something like a the whole one. I remember our baby sister and some other folks because everybody was at the big house, right? We were all there for these hurricanes. Um, had a house full, and we were just sitting around talking, and I pulled out my little stash. There was like 2 weeks, right, of these hurricanes. It was two of them back to back. We had the break for whatever reason, because we're a prepper family. Like we have all the good, all the everything you might need, your supplies and stuff like that. But for some reason, I decided between hurricanes, I might want some marijuana too. I don't know why. To this day, I've wondered why I came up with that in my mind. But I went and I knew where to find it, and I got me some, and I brought it back, and we were just sitting up talking, me and the baby sister and a couple of folks that was there, a couple of our cousins and stuff. And I pulled it out, I started rolling it, and I lit it up, and I'm smoking. They're like, "What?" Nobody knew I was smoking, but I had smoked already a little bit, like prior to that time.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
Very funny.
and that was actually when was, people found out because I would smoke by myself, and that never changed. I pretty much smoke by myself unless I'm with a partner, like my guy, and me and them have smoked together. But I don't like the social smoking for one. I think that's probably why it took me so long to get into it. And then now I'm like Auntie Marva. I prefer eating it rather than smoking. I don't like the lightheadedness that I get from inhaling. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Same.
Mm.
But yeah, I think like what 30 something. I was way up there. So,
Okay.
That's
Auntie, I feel you.
funny.
Totally a
People,
choice.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the social thing, but then as time progresses, when I started taking care of my body, I didn't like the social thing because I'm like, I don't know where your mouth been. I don't,
Hmm.
I don't know who
I
Mm,
you
always
been
wondered
with.
that. Like,
right.
these are people I wouldn't kiss. Why would I smoke with them? Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
I ain't even let my children, as baby, drink out my cups. That was a no.
And
I just
still,
was funny like that.
get your own.
Right. I'm like,
Ex-
oh yeah, here you can have it now.
but
It's fine.
the most magical thing about that is because I knew Auntie Janisha was like that. I love to drink out of her cup.
Yeah, they were so annoying.
Mm-mm.
So
Well,
annoying.
well, ladies, this has been a very interesting topic, and I hope our listeners have gotten a lot out of it. But we do have to move on for time's sake.
Oh
S-
wow,
We
we
could talk
have
about
not
this the whole
finished
day.
half. I know.
I know we're gonna. I know we may
Do
have
I
to
have time
take.
to like run through some stuff?
Okay, very quickly.
Okay, so we talked about the Constitution, and I just want to give an example of why that's important. Knowing your or a person that your age always plays a factor. If someone's pregnant or not, that plays a factor, right? Male and female also plays a factor sometimes. Um, I'm somebody, not a lot of black folks talk about having high blood pressure and stay away from salt. I've always, since I was a child, craved salt. And I kind of thought it was just because I love salt and, also being defiant, I'm going to do it anyway. But I've learned that I actually have low blood pressure. So I cannot do things that are helpful, like too much, what is it?
Ginger, ginger.
Gingers, your turmerics, um, what else? Cayenne,
Hmm.
cinnamon, all of those kinds of things, they are fire element plants. So all of these things, again, we're working with nature. So they go along with everything about nature. So the elements in nature, they fall under a category. And so that's what I've learned about myself. Those things actually will bring your blood pressure down, stuff like that. Yeah, they mess me up because it brings me down too much. I'm already down, right?
Hmm.
And then some people who are like high strung, you wouldn't want to tell them to go ahead and take some of those too because they're again a fire plant, which is going to raise you up in other ways. So you just have to know what you're working with and who you're working with, more importantly, so that you can know what to maybe suggest for them or what to use for yourself. Um, as far as now, these things are very important. We just had so much. I want to go into things relaxing, but I think people already know the chamomile, lavenders, immunity. Um, one of my favorite teas, and you just throw all of this in. It normally works for me every year. Would be any kind of tea you want, but then add your elderberry, your rose hip, echinacea, ginger, cinnamon, cloves, cayenne. See all the stuff that's not great for me, but I use it all together, smaller amounts in tea, big jar, and I'll just sip these things. Honey and garlic. Yes, garlic, right?
Hmm.
And then for a lot of people have heart issues. So look this up for yourself. Yet again, can't say it too much, but two things I suggest is hawthorn berry, and Schisandra. Okay,
Okay.
Schisandra, and
Okay.
that's pretty
That's
much it.
it. We're gonna have to table this for another time because we
And
gotta.
don't
Yeah,
sweeten none of it with sugar. Use honey,
use
raw
honey.
honey,
Yeah,
real honey. No sugar, no sugar, no sugar,
and not a
no
whole
sugar,
lot of honey. You don't need a whole lot of honey. It doesn't
no
have to
Yeah.
sugar.
be sweet,
Yeah. Just gonna.
sweet.
I don't
No
like
sugar.
anything. I don't like anything in my tea. No honey. No sugar.
Yeah, I drink mine naked too.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to move on to our segments. And for loving connections, building better relationships, we are going to schedule regular coitus. And then we're turning it over to Auntie Marva for Career Corner.
What's coitus? I'm just kidding.
You, I'll explain it to you off air.
I mean, I don't know what coitus is.
For real, I got it from the other sister, that movie. I never heard it before that one.
Birds and the
Relations,
bees.
relations
Birds and the
from the
bees.
crumbs. Relations,
Yeah.
Oh, relations. So
Yes.
courting, is that where the
relations.
courting came from? When
Oh, I
they
hadn't thought
they
of
be saying,
that.
is y'all courting?
I hadn't
Yeah.
thought
Oh
about
my
that either.
gosh. Coating. Oh,
I'll,
people
I'll
get on
have
my
to.
nerves, man. They be saying all
Right.
kind of junk to us. All right.
Right.
I will not be that type of old person. I'm
Right.
very
Okay.
much so turning into that person. I'm gonna say it
They
tomorrow.
coating. They coating.
Yeah.
What?
Coitus.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have something for career corner, Auntie Marva?
I do. I do.
Okay.
I was trying to find some stuff that I always try to find opportunities that are based along the lines of what we're talking about. Obviously, um, and I kept going down. Something that's practical, so that people could more practical. I mean that so that individuals could actually be in that lane. And of course, it kept taking me to the medical, but all the medical stuff was just, it was like pharmaceutical. And I don't like that. So I, I just backed away altogether and I went
Okay.
traditional. So this is not in the lanes of farm at all. I just went regular old hospitality. Um,
Okay.
and it's all entry level. So HVMG. This is Hospitality Ventures Management Group. They are looking for front desk agents. HV is in Victor, M is in Marva, G is in Group. HVMG, Hospitality Ventures Management Group. They are looking for front desk agents. It's paid $16 an hour. They offer 401k benefits, and they're looking for people full time. This lead has been up for only 1 week. This is in the Florida area. This is for anyone in the Florida area, but they're looking for full time and part time opportunities. Okay. The second one is Auntie. Trying to send these to you as I go. That way you have them. Um, the next one is, um, and then I was trying to find stuff that were remote. Um, that way anyone could take the opportunity to take advantage of it. But because I guess I did choose hospitality, it was most of these positions are on site, unfortunately. Um, but I chose companies that can be found all over. So the next one would be uh, Super 8. They're looking for front desk representatives. Again, this position is in Riviera Beach, Florida. However, it's full time and it's on site. But they are looking. I went to their website and they had other positions all around the country. So you can check them out. And then the Hyatt Regency. Hyatt Regency is a much bigger brand. And of course, Hyatts are all over. Again, on site, full time. They have positions all over the United States. They're looking for this. And I know we used to do three, but I have four. Um, Auntie, you should be receiving them as they come in. And last but not least is Hampton Inn, and Hampton Inn is a Marriott property. Wynwood. This particular location was in Wynwood, but it's full time on site, and they have 401k opportunities, and they too have positions all over the country. So definitely for these all of these positions are entry level. You don't have to have uh too much experience for these, but it does help if you have some experience in customer service. But yeah, I specifically wanted to make sure that it kind of aligned in what we was talking about. And so hospitality does, because we're in the giving spirit when you're dealing with herbs and healing. Hopefully you are not just hoarding it for yourself, because there's plenty of weeds out there. All of them.
Yes.
Like you said, it's all around us.
Okay. I'm gonna mute myself because I have to let my carrot in, and Sadie's gonna bark. So, Auntie Janisha, you're up with what were they thinking?
Eh,
Okay. What were may I do the books first because what were they thinking kind of flows right into from that one.
Okay, yes, do the book first.
Okay, so there's actually two books, and they both go along with our topic today, which is herbs. Everyone, and I do mean all of y'all, should have this book. It's called The Modern Herbal Dispensatory, a medicine making guide. I apologize. I did not get the name of the author on that one. But I'll repeat it again. The Modern Herbal Dispensatory, a medicine making guide. Awesome, awesome book. It has been so helpful to me. And then the other one that I have for today, I normally have one, but this one right here, if you like your little drinky drinks, there is a lady, Lottie, Muir, Muir, that
Lottie
has
Dottie. We like to party.
cut it out. You're wasting my time here.
I'm sorry.
She came up with this book called The Wild Mocktails. And it's, you don't have to have the alcoholic beverage. You can make a lot of the same things that people love to frolic around with. She came up with the counterpart using herbs, homegrown and foraged ingredients. Now, again, it's called Wild Mocktails by Lottie Dottie. We like to what, Marva?
Party.
Party. All right.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
now,
Okay.
what did you tell me? Um, what were they thinking? So I want to encourage folks to look up reputable people to get their herbs from, or places, businesses, entities to get your herbs from. Look at the ratings and stuff like that. Do some research. We don't just want anybody's herbs, because when I was getting my herbs to do all of my stuff and to service my community, I got some from these two places that I'm about to tell you. But as far as what were they thinking, it was really what was I thinking? I wasn't thinking.
Okay.
I purchased some of them off of Amazon. And we know that Amazon is, some of the stuff is old on there. It's just stuff that people don't want anymore. Some of those stores are people selling stuff out of their house, to be honest. And it's not to
Mhm.
bust anybody's hustle, but we're talking about stuff that we're putting into ourselves and our families' health. So some of those herbs that I purchased back when, I had to remove them from the rest of my inventory because I didn't know how long those folks had them herbs. So what was I thinking? Just be careful where you're getting them. And I'm gonna give two resources that I really love getting my herbs from. Mountain Rose Herbs is one, and Star West Botanicals is the other. Those are my two go-tos. Mountain Rose Herbs and Star West Botanicals. There you go.
Okay.
I love y'all.
Perfect. Okay. And then
I like them
um
too.
and then for I see you, I hear you, parents, grab your children's, grab your calendar, sit down, pick your night to spend 1 hour with each of your children individually to pick an activity. And now we are going into open topics. So the first open topic, where would you go if you had a time machine, Auntie Janisha?
Ooh, back to the Harlem Renaissance in
You
Harlem.
stole mine.
I love the clothes and the love and the everything, not the racism so much, but what was happening in the hood, man, loved it. Every time I see, yeah, all the stuff. That's where I would go.
You stole mine. Auntie Marva.
We can go together, Auntie.
Okay. Auntie Marva. Did we lose
If
Auntie
I
Marva?
no, no, I'm still here. You will. If I had a time machine, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I would go back to being a virgin, and I would not deal with any dude that I have ever dealt with, ever, ever
Ah,
in my entire day. With all what? No, no, no do overs. Don't collect 200.
said no
Do
No,
not
no,
do-overs.
pass go.
do not pass go. Take me back.
Okay, so Auntie Janisha and I are going back to the Renaissance time, and you are going back to where you can
Innocence time. Innocence.
Her
Back to
her
innocent
innocence
time.
time.
personal Renaissance
Your
time
your your personal
Innocence time.
before the
innocent time.
Renaissance.
Time of
Mm,
innocence. Okay.
mm, mm.
Okay.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Auntie, we were doing our
Yes.
our birthday twin, our birthday day triplet.
Oh
Zora Neale
yeah.
Hurston. She was doing the Harlem Renaissance.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
She was such a woman. All right.
Yes. So our second open topic is, what would you buy if you won the lottery?
How much is the lottery?
I don't know.
It'll be like
This
that one on Bruce Almighty. Everybody would win. It was total chaos. That movie is so funny.
again, you're referencing a movie I've never heard of and never seen.
What? Auntie, you're not going to the Harlem Renaissance with me.
Oh,
No.
that is
So
so
you don't like Jim
mean.
Carrey?
No,
What,
I do not. Mm-mm. Nope.
that's
Something
exactly
wrong.
why I said it, because I already
Something is
knew that's
wrong.
what it was. Auntie, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, nope,
No,
I
you're
do
in
not.
timeout, as a matter of fact.
I told you, the only two movies that I like him in is Liar Liar and The Truman Show. Those are the only two movies I like him in.
Then you would like Bruce Almighty. It's so cute. It was
Yeah.
like he was fussing at God because his life was kind of upside down, and he was like, "You think it's easy? You come down here and do it." And God, and let me be God. And God gave him the benefits of being God for a day, and it was so cute. It was what's his name? Samuel Jackson, not Samuel
No,
Jackson. What's the other one name?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman was God.
She said the
And
other one. Lord God,
I
what's going
know.
on here?
She sound like me when I say stuff
I
like
can't
that.
stand y'all.
And
y'all knew who
y'all
I was
get
talking
mad
about.
at me
You
when I
knew who I
say
was
that.
talking about. You knew who I was talking about.
Look, I didn't know who you were talking about because I hadn't seen the movie.
It ain't but two old black men that play the old black men.
Lord have mercy. I can't
Okay.
do this.
So,
What would we
anyway,
buy?
back to
Um,
the original question. What would you buy if you won the lottery?
Oh man, we still got to answer.
Yes, because you
Um,
guys didn't answer. You went off on a tangent.
um, cause like you said, you don't like Jim Carrey. Like who does that?
I know. Said she was going to disown me because I don't like Jim
Stop,
Carrey and
Missy.
I don't like Robin Williams.
Yeah, okay, that I see. See, I'm gonna keep my tangent to myself.
I only like Robin Williams and the Dead Poet Society.
No, Miss
Mrs.
Doubtfire.
Doubtfire. Come
Yeah.
on.
Oh, and Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah. Outside of
Pretty.
that,
I was
no.
about to say
Mm-mm.
this is just unreal.
Okay, again, we are
Okay,
getting
all
off
right. I
topic.
know one
Answer
thing that I would purchase is my daddy's boat back, because I know where it is.
Oh, you would
I
get
would do that.
granddaddy's boat.
And the house we grew up in. I go get them. I
Oh,
would.
okay.
Wow, I was just thinking about that today about the house that we grew up in because I'm sure people will probably say, "Oh man, I would never go back. I want that house back."
Is
I
that the house that's down the street from the house that she's in currently?
yes.
Mhm.
Okay. I've been to that house. Yeah. She was actually living in that house when I met her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So
only because he worked so hard for it. That's why it would be like honoring him is all.
Yep.
right.
That's all.
Yeah.
But I'm
Okay.
finna get his vote. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, Auntie Marva.
I think I would purchase. I think I'd purchase. I want to buy a lot of stuff.
You want to buy a lot of stuff?
I do, but I know I would go ahead and give my siblings their share off top. My siblings and
Okay.
my mom their share off top.
Okay.
That way I can't be bothered no more.
Okay. Just them, not your favorite auntie
No, I
that you
said
do
off
a
top.
podcast with.
I said off top, Auntie. I didn't say it only.
I was just asking.
I make my rounds. The only reason why I know I would get them and my mama out the way is because I talk too much and I tell them everything. And
Right.
so to keep them hushed, because there would be some, you know how they always have the memes on social media. There will be signs.
Right. You gotta pay them. You gotta pay them for their silence.
Hmm. I might not announce it, but there'll be signs that something about me done changed. So get them out the way. Keep their lips closed. So can't nobody really pinpoint it. It was me. They won't really know who to ask.
Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. So you're gonna pay, you're gonna
Hmm.
buy their silence.
Close your mouth. And you
That is
signing on the dotted
classic.
line because I got some stuff to do real quick. So let me get
That
y'all
is
out the way.
classic.
Hmm.
I'm only quiet over here because spending your lottery winnings is different than spending my lottery winnings.
Right? Totally different.
My
Okay.
list
Yeah.
changed a little bit.
Yeah.
But just know when you get yours, don't come back because that's it. You heard what I
That's
said to
it.
get them out
Oh, you
of
know
the
I know how
way.
to manage.
Right? That is it. Don't spend it all in one place because you're not getting no mo.
Because I clearly said
Good.
I'm gonna get y'all out the way.
And make them sign uh a release
Right.
stating that this is a
Hmm.
one time only
Hmm.
deal and get it notarized.
And if
So
you can't
it's
handle
legal.
this, you ain't meant to handle nothing else. The Bible say
I
be a
ain't
good
even.
steward of
That's
what you've
right.
been blessed with.
Right. Okay. Is that all? Because
Yeah.
me, I if I won the lottery, I would buy land and I would um build houses on it for some of the family, and then I would have another separate land for my nonprofit. So that's what I would buy if I won the lottery. Yeah. Okay, the last one. Are you ready?
Hmm.
What would you do if vampires were real?
They are real. Didn't we already
I know,
establish that?
right? I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, they real.
I know they're real, but according to
Oh,
this question,
I ain't picking fights if that was what we're looking for here.
no, no, I'm not picking any fights. No, not with a
Uh,
vampire. No, uh-uh.
Because when you see the movies, it's always that one family that's what they supposed to be doing. It ain't say
Right?
everybody have to be doing that.
No, uh-uh.
That's Jacob and them family.
Right?
Them the
Uh-uh.
wolf people got to do that.
Yep. Or if it's the Black Dagger Brotherhood, it's the lessers that are picking fights with the vampires. Yeah.
Or
I want my
stack and
vamp
smoke them family, not
I
ours.
want my vampire to be part of the Black Brother Daggerhood because
I don't want to be
those
bitten.
vampires are cool.
Like I don't want to be bitten. I need a contract like at the end of that movie. Like don't bite me.
You need a contract that you have to remain
Like
human.
on the end of the
Yeah.
sinners.
Yes. Like do what y'all do. I ain't getting in y'all way. Just don't bite me. I don't want to be here forever. I don't.
No, I don't either. No, mm-mm. No, I don't want to be here forever either.
Ghetto. 10 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Yeah.
It
Mm-mm.
is pretty ghetto,
Mm-hmm.
but it depends on what state I'm in,
You're right.
whether I could be here.
Okay, so those are all the things that I had for hot open topics. Do you guys have anything for open topics?
Hmm.
No, there's nothing big happening in the news right now. Nobody we need to talk about that's not already been exhausted and
Oh,
exhausting me.
okay.
There, I said
All,
it.
all right.
Hmm.
Well, you
Hmm.
know what time it is. It's time. I always feel sad when it comes to this time. It's time to say goodbye.
To all our friends,
That's
Don't
not
be
how that
I
singing.
song
can't
go.
sing it. Go.
No,
That's
no,
why we wouldn't get in trouble because I'm gonna sing it off key.
no.
And
Don't
completely
Don't
talk.
wrong.
Okay.
off key,
And
wrong
wrong.
words. Don't be singing that song at all. I keep
She can get
telling
in
y'all.
trouble. She can't get in trouble for singing it wrong.
I keep I keep telling y'all we don't have monies to be paying that mouse.
She's singing it
So
wrong.
don't be singing
I
that
think the
song.
mouse, that rat was just put in their place, weren't they?
I don't know what they doing.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. But as as always, ladies, it was a great topic and it was great hanging out with you. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us and supporting us. And we wish you all the best, sending everyone love and light, wishing you a great rest of the month.
It's been a great 20 years. 20.
Uh, and if nothing else, Auntie, listen out.
Peace, y'all.
See y'all later.